Pratham Yam Sadhan. Yesterday we heard the details of the end part of Pratham Yam. This called Nishant Leela. Nishant. And Nishant Leela is Niyam. So what we have to meditate on that, we heard in detail yesterday. How to get entrance into that Nishant Leela. Sorry, I'm a little moving. I'm in car. So we're traveling. But I didn't want to give up my class. That's why just bear with me. Phone is, I'm shaking here. So how to get entrance into this Nishant Leela? For that we need sadhana, practice. But practice itself is not enough to get entrance into that. Therefore, Rupa Goswami Pad in Obishmrit is saying, Tishtan Braje Anuragi Janamala like Akhil Upadesha Sadham, following the footsteps of Brajavasis, those who are absorbed in Brajbhar, with their mercy, it can be possible. But to attract their mercy, or I can say to melt their heart, we need that sadhana. This is what Srila Bhakti Thakur is trying to explain in this book, Bhajan Rahasya, first chapter, Pratham Yam Sadhan. The chapter begins with the word sadhan, practice. Okay, he's not saying Pratham Yam Sadhe, even though he described, we heard yesterday, described that Kunja Leela, Nidhuban Leela. But the whole chapter is about sadhana, practice. So when he starts this, the first text is verse which is Manglacharan. Krishna Varnam, Trisha Krishnam, Sangopang Astra Parshadam, Yagya Sankirtan Prai, Bhajami Kali Pavanam. Okay. Krishna Varnam Atusha Krishna. I worship Sri Gauranga Dev, who delivers the living entities of Kali Yuga, Kali Pavana, through the congregational chanting of the Lord's holy name, Shri Nam Sankirtan Yagya. So, the easiest way to what to speak of sadhana, even to get entrance into the sadhana, we need to have the mercy of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabu. When I say Gauranga Mahaprabu, that means Swaparshad Gaurhari, along with all associates of Gaurhari. Swaparshad Gaurhari. Therefore, how to attract the attention of Sri Gaurhari? Congregational chanting of the Lord's holy name, Shri Nam Sankirtan Yagya. Mahaprabhu describes the name, form, qualities, and the pastimes of Shri Krishna. Mahaprabhu is speaking Srimad Bhagavad Katha. He is hearing Srimad Bhagavad Katha. So, Gai Gaura Madhur Sware. We have this song in the songbook. Gai Gaura Madhur Sware. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gai gaura madhu sware. Mahaprabhu, sweet melody, is singing Mahamantra. But not only Harinam, Mahaprabhu also describing the form of Krishna. Mahaprabhu describing the qualities of Krishna. And Mahaprabhu also describing the pastimes of Krishna. Therefore, he performs Kirtan of the two syllables, Krish and Na. This is a Mangalacharan, invocation verse of written by Srila Bhakti Thakur in Bhajan. Krishna. We heard earlier, Krish means one who possesses all opulence. Krishi Bhuvachika Shabda and Nivritti Vachika. Keval Ekam Parabrahm Krishna Yate. We heard Radha Rani is manifestation of Krishna, the Haladini Shakti of Krishna. Even in the word Krishna, Krishna is present and Radha Rani is present. Even in the name. How? You can ask me this question, how you can prove this? So Krishna means Krishi Bhuvachupa Shabda means all possessor of all opulence, Shaktiman, that is Krish. And Na means pleasure. He is the source of all pleasure. And pleasure giving potency is Radha Rani. Therefore, even in the name Krishna, Krishna is there and Radhaji is there. We cannot separate. Even in the name Krishna, we cannot separate them. So, in other words, Krishna cannot be complete if Radhaji is not with him. We can't say just Hare Krish, Krish Krish, Hare Hare. Even though many devotees they chant like this. Hare Krish, Krish Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. We say Krishna. When we say Krishna, Radhaji is present there. When we say Radha, Radhaji is present and Krishna is also present there. Ra means Radha and Dha means one who runs after Radha. Who runs after Radha? Madhav. Madhav runs after Radha. So in the word Radha, Radhaji is present and Krishna is present. In the word Krishna, Krishna is present and Radhaji is present. So cannot separate Radha from Krishna and Krishna from Radha. It's also difficult sometimes to understand. That's very deep philosophical point. We hear many times Radharani is pleasure potency of Krishna and manifested from Krishna. But in some Puranas, there is some verse which even says that Krishna manifested from Radharani, from the Shakti, because inseparable, they are together. Okay. So Mahaprabhu performs Kirtan of the two syllables Krish and Na. His complexion is fair. Mahaprabhu complexion is golden complexion, fair complexion. He is surrounded by his angas. Uh, can I ask a question to someone? Wait. Host, can you unmute? Oh. Why? The question is, why Mahaprabhu is golden? Fair complexion means golden complexion. Who will say this? Wait. Okay, is Taruni Gopi there? No. Okay, please unmute Jayashri. She will tell us why Mahaprabhu is golden. Yes, that's true. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. Okay. So, Isha Mata from Italy. Isha Mata from Italy. It's written Isha Thakurani. Can you unmute her? No?
Okay, now okay. Dandavad
Yes.
Maharaj,
Haribol.
Gauranga have the golden complexion from Radha Rani. Radha Rani is golden.
Okay. But why Mahaprabhu is golden? What is the secret behind this? I told many times.
Il segreto.
Secreto.
He
Mani Manjari
stolen
can tell?
the complexion.
Krishna
Krishna stolen the
stole,
complexion.
yes, complexion of Radharani is golden.
Yes.
This is what you said is correct, but I gave uh, some other details of this. Why Krishna has to show the complexion, steal the complexion of Radharani? Can't he be just black complexion and he can taste the mood of Radharani? Why he has to be golden complexion? That's my question.
Mm.
Okay. You said one thing, this is correct. I want to hear some more. So, Mani Manjari? Yes. Please unmute Mani Manjari.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, Dharma.
Radha Maharaj ji.
Okay. That was later. First tell me the answer.
Okay, Maharaj ji.
Why Mahaprabhu, why Krishna adopt his golden complexion? He can also, Krishna has black complexion. He can also taste the mood of Radharani. Why golden complexion? Hmm. You all forgetting everything. Mhm. So many times I gave this answer.
Bini, Mil, Kaun.
Está bien, ¿no?
No, I don't see anyone on screen now. Everyone just disappeared because they know I can ask anyone to answer. Everyone disappeared. Hmm. Sadhe Prabhu can tell. James Saha, can you unmute him? James. James. Hello. Haribol. Don't know, something wrong. Anyway, I told earlier, Krishna wants to taste the higher mood of Radharani, Maha. uh, Madhava. For that, black complexion is not compatible. Only golden complexion. Because in Ujjwalimani, Rup Goswami Pad explained different rasa devotees have different complexion. Radha Rani is golden complexion because Radha Rani can, she can only taste that Mahabhav, no one else. That's why she is golden complexion. That's the reason why Krishna, as Mahaprabhu, who's Krishna, but he also adopted the moods of Radha Rani.
Yes.
That her mood. That's the reason Mahaprabhu is golden. And who is Mahaprabhu? Antar Krishna Bahir Gaura
Mm.
is Krishna. But this adopting of golden complexion is so important. Without that, he could have not tasted that mood. That's the reason. So Srila Bhakti Thakur is saying, Mahaprabhu. So while I'm speaking Katha, I'm also taking exam. I'm also testing, asking questions.
I think it was muted, Maharaj. No, it's
Huh?
not. I think before it was muted.
No, they unmuted you, but you forgot to unmute yourself.
No, I was saying that you explained Paramaguru Day's verse, how Mahaprabhu, when you were saying how when Paramaguru Day Bhakti Pragan Kesha Maharaj, he had Radha Hari and he used the white marble to make that point, and all of his god brothers were chiding him. Why are you using white marble? The black marble is too expensive. And then he explained, no, this is because when Krishna is so absorbed in Srimati Radhika and she's embraced by, she embraces him, then his complexion turns gold. Then you said Radha Baba Duti Suvalita Namni Krishna Sarupam. You explained it like that.
I said this today. It was
No,
2 days back.
few days back. Few days back. On the
Yes.
a few days ago, you said. I didn't hear you today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but the point right now I'm making is Mahaprabhu's golden complexion. Even though Mahaprabhu is suffering the mood of Radha. Why the because Radharani is relishing this Madanakya Mahabhav, which is so high that even Krishna have no access to that. And therefore, when Krishna again came as Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he can't taste that with his black complexion. For that, he need the golden complexion also. That's why Mahaprabhu is golden avatar, his golden complexion. That particular mood can only be tasted, with the golden complexion, not with black complexion. That's why Mahaprabhu is golden avatar. This is the point that I want to make. Mahaprabhu is surrounded by his angas, means associates. Who are associates? Shri Nityan Prabhu, Shri Advaita Charya Prabhu. And Upangas means his servitor, meaning Shiva's Pandit and other pure devotees. Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. This Anga and Upanga. And Parshads. Mahaprabhu is also accompanied by his Parshad. Parshad means associates. And in the title, under the title of associates, is Sarup Damodar Goswami and Shri Ramanand Rai, Shri Gadadhar Pandit, and 6 Goswamis. So you see, This is the difference. The relationship with Mahaprabhu had with Sri Nityanand Prabhu and Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Then relationship of Mahaprabhu with his servitors, Shivas Pandit and other pure devotees is different. The relationship with Mahaprabhu had with Gadadhar Pandit, the six Goswamis, Sarup Damodar Ramanand Rai is totally different. In the Gambhira Leela in Jagannath Puri, to whom Mahaprabhu is revealing his moods, I mean, with whom Mahaprabhu is relishing these moods, not with Nityanand Prabhu, no, cannot be Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, also cannot be with Sri Vas Pandit. These moods can only be relished with either Gadadhar Pandit at Sri Tota Gopinath temple in Jagannath Puri, because Gadadhar Pandit is Radha Rani, or as is saying Sarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai, Lalita and Vishakha. In Gambhira, in intimate conversation, Mahaprabhu only relishing this with Sarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai, Lalita and Vishakha, and six Goswamis. Vande Rup Sanatano Patajugo Shijiva Gopalako. They are like manjaris. Okay. The relationship of Mahaprabhu with them, very, very intimate. So, very subtle point of understanding this. We should not be offensive saying Mahaprabhu had no relationship with Sri Nityanand Prabhu or Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Of course. With Shivas Pandit, of course. Whole day and whole night Mahaprabhu spending time with Shivas Pandit in his house. But Damodar, Ramanand Rai, totally different. With Goswamis, totally different. This we can understand more deeply if we read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. While we reading this Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can also, while reading this, we have to focus in the conversation what Mahaprabhu is saying to whom, and in the dealings between them, we can understand who is most close to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu was dancing in front of Lord Jagannath, and he was uttering this verse, Ya Komara Hara. Who understood that verse? Mahaprabhu was speaking this verse as Krishna, but mood of Radha Rani seeing Lord Jagannath. This intimate meaning of Mahaprabhu was only understood by Sarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Rup Goswami, no one else. Excuse me. No one else. This shows the intimate relationship of Sarup Damodar Goswami and Rup Goswami. Also in the Gambhira, Mahaprabhu used to hold their neck, and hearing this, the songs sung by Sarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai. When Mahaprabhu went to South India only for one purpose, to hear from Ramanand Rai. This was the only reason. To associate with Ramanand Rai. Mahaprabhu sent six Goswamis to Braj for some very important task. This shows Mahaprabhu's intimate relationship with these. So they are known as Parshals. But Nityam Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu is Angas. Angas. And Anga means like a tree with a branch. The branch is known as anga. Like another example, like we have this body. What the limbs of the bodies are known as angas. Hands, feet, other limbs. They are angas. Huh? But tree and branch. Branches are the angas of tree. But there is upangas. Upangas means the sub branch of a tree. One is the main branch, another is the sub branch. That's upanga. So remember this. Angas are associates, Nityanand Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Upangas are Shivas Pandit and other pure devotees. But Parshads, Parshad means one who intimate serves. Parshads are Sarup Damodar, Rai Ramanan, Gadadhar Pandit, 6 Goswamis. Okay. And Mahaprabhu is endowed with his weapon. What is that weapon Mahaprabhu is holding? I asked one question. I asked this question to one group of devotees. I said, I never heard Mahaprabhu holded any weapon. They said, no, that's not right. Mahaprabhu holded chakra to kill Jagai and Madai. But that's not the real weapon. That was just temporarily for nourishing that pastime. Okay, that's not the main. But what's the main weapon of Mahaprabhu? That weapon is Harinam. Endowed with this weapon of Harinam. That's the main weapon of Mahaprabhu. And with this weapon, Mahaprabhu didn't kill anyone, but Mahaprabhu killed the demonic, or we can say ill motives of the people with this weapon, Harinam Mahamantra, which destroys ignorance. That's the first verse, Mangalacharan verse of Mahaprabhu. Bhakti Thakur is saying a similar verse to this text is found in Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who know this verse, they might be wondering why I changed the last line of the verse. Even when I was reading this, I was thinking why it is like this. Srila Bhakti Thakur, he composed this verse. Everything is same, but the last line is Bhajami Kali Pavana. Whereas in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32, the verse is Krishna Varnam Atusha Krishna Sangopanga Astra Pashadam Yagya Sanketan Prayai Yajantihi Sumedasa. Those who are most intelligent, they will worship. In the age of Kali, Krishna appears with a golden complexion and is constantly singing the two syllables Krish, Kri and Shna, and is accompanied by his associates, servitors, weapons, and confidential companions. So till this point, everything is same. The last line is, but intelligent people worship him by performing Sankirtan Yagya. Those who are intelligent, only they will worship this golden avatar by Sankirtan Yagya. Okay. Shri who is absolute truth himself, descended in Navdeep as Gaur Sundar to deliver the living entities of Kali Yuga. Together with his associates, he distributed the treasure. Swaparshad, Swadham, Saha Avatari. Mahaprabhu descended himself with his Parshad and with his Dham. Saha Avatari. He distributed the treasure of Krishna Prem through Shri Krishna Nam Sankirtan, the religion of the current age. Nam Sankirtan is the living entity's only eternal religion. All other dharmas are simply secondary means to attain perfection in chanting. Okay, that's Bhajan. Rahasya, first text, but there's an elaborate explanation of what Srila Bhakti Thakur means, and that is given by our Srila Gurudev with this commentary called Bhajan Rahasya Vritti. Understand what I just said? That's the introductory verse with the explanation. But what is the meaning? Srila Gurudev is explaining here. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur begins this book by praying to Sriman Mahaprabhu. The jiva's only duty is to worship Sri Gaura Sundar, who is resplendent with the lustre and sentiments of Sri Radha. Okay. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the central figure in Navdeep Leela, comprises 5 features. Okay, we just heard. So if you want to write down, you can write down. Here, and that is Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu, Shri Gadadhar, and the associates headed by Shivas. They are supremely worshipful. The worship and service of Sri Gaur Sundar are performed only through Nam Sankirtan. Okay, that's the best way to serve Mahaprabhu. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he used to say, the best service to Sri Mayapur Dham is publication. In the instructions, in his last instructions, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, he said, the best way of serving Sri Mayapur Dham is how? Publication. That means books, anything related to the publication. That's service to Mayapur Dham. Even though anyone present in any country, any town, any city, but if he's serving Srila Gurudev in his publication, no matter which country you belong to, you're serving Shri Dham Mayapur. And serving Shri Mayapur Dham means serving Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Mayapur Dham is the birthplace of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the direct service of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. By this process, which is most powerful of the 9 kinds of bhakti, all the limbs of bhakti are practiced. Even if the other types of sadhana are not performed during Kirtan, Kirtan is sufficient in itself. Archan, Smaran and so forth are nourished solely through Kirtan. All other limbs of bhakti, 9 limbs of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Dasya, Sakhyam, Atman Vedanam. 9 limbs of bhakti. If it is not performed with Kirtan, then it is fruitless. All other forms of limbs of bhakti have to be performed with Kirtan, which is important. But Kirtan itself don't need any other support of following any other limbs of bhakti. Very, very remarkable point. Okay. If you're doing archan, if you're doing pad sevanam, any other limbs of bhakti, always have to be with kirtan. If you're doing yagya, okay, let's say yagya. If you're doing parikrama, pad sevanam, vandanam, dasya, sakhyam, atmanivedanam, all these limbs of bhakti have to be done with kirtan, nam kirtan. But when one is performing nam kirtan, all other limbs of bhakti are performed with nam kirtan. That's why Bhajan Madhya Shesht Nav Vida Bhakti Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Ma Shakti चार मध्ये सर्वश्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन निरपराधे नाम ले पावे प्रेमधन. We need premadhan, the wealth of prema. We need a maha shakti, not ordinary shakti, maha shakti. How maha shakti? How we can get this maha shakti? By performing 9 limbs of bhakti, which can very easily give us. Remember this verse. Bhajan Madhya Shesh Navvida Bhakti. Amongst all other limbs of bhajan, Navvida Bhakti means following the 9 limbs of bhakti is more important because Krishna Prem Krishna Dite Dhare Mahashakti can give us Krishna Prem. Following the 9 limbs of bhakti holds very strong position, very strong potency to give us Krishna Prem. Tar Madhya Sarvashresht Nama Sankirtan. In that 9 limbs of bhakti, Sarvashresht is Nam Sankirtan. But Niraprade Nam Lele Pave Premadhan. If we are chanting without offenses, it can give us Krishna Prem. That's a very detailed point. Very detailed point. We are chanting with offenses. That's why we get stuck. Though we are doing best, even though simple heart, good mood, enthusiasm, inspiration, everything is there. But offenses make so much difference. We get stuck there. What are offenses? Nam aparadha, dhama aparadha, seva aparadha, and then worst is vaisnava aparadha. That's worse. Vaishnava aparadha. We are always surrounded by Vaishnavas. With immaturity, sometimes we think, oh, I'm very intelligent. I know how to judge. This perform Vaishnava aparadha. I met one Mataji a few days back. She was speaking something to me and I was replying her answer. But then she said, please forgive me. In mind, I was judging you. Okay. But I'm also, she's saying, like this. I'm slapping my mind that my mind is not the authority to judge a personality, a person who is senior than me. Just happened 3 days back. She honestly revealed to me that I was judging. I don't know what she's judging. I don't know what. She's saying I was trying to make some judgment. But then I thought for a while, oh stupid mind, what are you thinking? Are you the authority? Are you mature enough to judge what Maharaj is thinking or what Maharaj is speaking? No. And who gave you authority to judge a personality, a person, Maharaj, who's my Diksha Guru, my Shiksha Guru? How is possible? Oh. And then she asked for forgiveness. So I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know that. And what judgment she's making by hearing some of my lecture. I don't know that. But she asked for forgiveness. Simple heart. That's called purity. That's called simple heart. Oh. We can refrain from committing sins by body. But from mind, it's so difficult. When we associate uh, with those who are not Krishna consciousness, when I say those who are not Krishna consciousness means those who are not inspired to follow the process of bhakti. That's also called bad association. When we associate with them, we get influenced by them. Just say in Hindi we say जैसा रंग जैसा संग वैसा रंग. That's a Hindi saying. Suppose in Holi we have different colors, red color, green color, yellow color, and we throw color. If I throw red color on you, you'll get red color on your face. You'll not get green color. If I throw green color, then green color will be there, not red color. That means Prahlad Maharaj said this verse, Yasyasi Sangita Pumsa Manivat Tatsyat. How we associating, we get colored by that. If we are associating with those who are not into bhakti, then what impression we'll get? We will see from their perspective. We will see from their perspective. But if we are associating with those who serve sadhus in their life, then we will see from their perspective. And that's why Krishna has given us a choice. Independent choice. You associate whomever you want to, but you'll get the color of that person to whom you're associating. Simple. She, Param Gurudev, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj. I'm giving you some history which many of you don't know this. And some senior devotees, they know this. Param Gurudev, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj, his real brother, also sannyasi. Param Gurudev also sannyasi, but real brother also sannyasi. But what happened? The real brother of Param Gurudev, he was in the group of those people and Prabhupada, Param, he even rejected his real brother, even though he was Vaishnava. Try to understand the gravity of the point. Try to understand the gravity of the point. Param Gurudev is sannyasi. His real brother, also sannyasi and disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada. But Param Gurudev rejected him. Stop associating with him. Why? Because he was associating with those who were against Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. His own brother, you see. Prahlad Maharaj rejected his own father. Prahlad Maharaj rejected his own father. And Bharat rejected his own mother. And Vidur, he rejected the whole kingdom. Don't we hear this so many times? We all know these examples. They all got rejected, their own relatives. They give priority to whom? Their Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru. Prahlad Maharaj rejected his own father and associating with Naraji. Because Prahlad Maharaj in the womb of his mother and he heard Bhagavad Katha from Naraji. Can we see this kind of example? Can any of us can reject our father and can accept Gurudev as our life and soul? No. Because then we will think, oh, he's my father. How can I reject my father? Can we reject our mother? No. Can we reject our brother? Not possible. Can I reject my relatives? No. Because they are my relatives. So who is more important? We are thinking they are my relatives. That's why they're more important. That means we are giving priority to my relative. I'm not giving priority to. That comes the point of maturity. Okay, which I'm always telling, always, and not on the Zoom class, everywhere I go. So important. Give gravity to this word. Very, very maturity needed to grow in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we can't develop our bhakti. Maturity, I mean. And it comes by the association of high-class devotees. Gurudev is important. Who's more important? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can't hear me? What up? Connection. Wait. Out. Can you hear me now? Yes, very good. Okay. So, yes, when it comes to the point of bhakti, when it comes to the point of Krishna, who is more important in my life? Who's more important? My Gurudev? But who brought me to my Gurudev? My Pad Padaksha Guru, my Shiksha Guru, and my Diksha Guru. They all are so important for me. Okay, just like my example. I have no communication with my relatives. I have no communication with anyone, any of my friends. That phase is over. But to whom I give more priority? To all of you. I speak Hari Katha 1 hour, 2 hour, and that's not the only Hari Katha. There's some devotees who sit with me. I speak to them. So 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And when I'm doing book recording, almost 6 to 7 hours sometimes 8 hours. To whom I'm doing this for? All these services for the devotees, not for my relatives. Who is more important? Who is my priority? All of you are my priority because you all are my devotees. Gurudev devotees, Krishna's devotees. When we grow in bhakti, our priority change. And Krishna, he acknowledged this. Krishna acknowledged the priority. Where is my priority? He sees this by our actions. Okay, both choices given to us, and that's the test to us. Many times in the life, a test comes to us. Many times. So that's the test of Krishna. Don't think this just happened randomly. No, there's a test. How I am prioritizing my time. If I have 1 hour to spend free, can I call my relative or can I call my Gurudev? Can I hear his katha or can I just hear my relatives asking? No, that's a test. And we go through this test every day. Krishna sees where is your priority. Shall I chant or shall I just see a television? That's the priority. It happens or not? Tell me truly. Every there's a choice. Okay, what to speak of that? In Facebook on the screen, and there are many videos on the Facebook. Some devotees doing parikrama, some sannyasi speaking Hari Katha, some Vaishnava giving some lecture. But then there is also some news, Corona is growing. There's also some other news. That comes our priority. And you see where we get stuck with. Wherever our likings are. We just get stuck there. Understand? That's a test. Judge yourself. Don't try to judge others with your limited capacity. That's why careful. Vaisnava aparadha, be careful with that. And it happens. Like, in houses, many devotees have small kids, right? I don't know who is on the screen. Can't see everyone. Small kids at home. Are they mature or their parents are more mature? If kids saying something, small ones, if they're saying something, can we believe them? Or if the parents say something, we believe them? Tell me. Of course, parents, everyone knows the answer. In Krishna consciousness, it's also like this. When we just joined Bhakti, we started hearing lectures, we started Harinam, we started serving, and we do some. We are still babies. We are taking baby steps. We are not mature. So babies cannot do any judgment. Their judgment can be wrong. Sometimes I stay in many houses, I see this. Father, sometimes intentionally, no, not intentionally, like jokingly chastising mother, means his wife. Father of child chastising his wife. And child really believes that, oh, yes, today my father chastising mom. So he can't judge. He don't have that capacity to judge. He just, whatever he sees, he start believing that. But father is joking. Who has better understanding? Parents. Those who are mature. Yeah. So even in bhakti, yeah, it's also baby steps. Babies. Very important to understand this. Very important. Nir aparadha naam lele pabe premadhan. Clearly it is said. Chanting without offenses, progress. The word say we get premadhan, the wealth of prema. What is the meaning? We get wealth. It's just like a fruit which falls and we just catch? No. We attain. We are in progression. huh, And we are moving fast towards that. That's called attainment of prema. But everything gets spoiled. Listen this very carefully. It applies to all of us. Jadi aparad uthe hati mata, upade vachinde, shuke jaye pata. If someone has very beautiful garden, I can show you this beautiful garden here. I mean, I don't know how to flip over on the phone. Anyway, so you have very beautiful garden. Bhakti is like I show you. Today's practical class. Sometime we go out for practical class, you see. You see this creeper? Bhakti goes like this. It's practical class today. You see? The creeper goes like this and like this. Move around like this. This is creeper. Okay? Bhakti is also like this creeper. Beautiful garden. Beautiful garden. Huh? But if a mad elephant enters that garden, what happens? Mad elephant will enjoy that garden? No. Mad elephant will just uproot everything, destroy the whole garden. Yes or no? Mad elephant just destroy the whole garden, which made with so much love and endeavors. Elephant just uproot that. Similarly, Jadi aparad uthe hati mata, upade va chinde, shuke jai pata. Vaishnava aparad is considered as how? Bad elephant. And that beautiful garden which Gurudev has planted in my heart, Vaishnava aparad will destroy that garden. Very careful. Everything in bhakti is excused. Any offense is excused. But Vaishnava aparad, very difficult. So once upon a time, this is in Chaitanya Chaitamrit, one devotee, he met Mahaprabhu and he said, "Oh Mahaprabhu, very simple heart." And you can understand his simplicity by his words. Mahaprabhu, I want to say something. Mahaprabhu said, "What?" He said, "Mahaprabhu, I used to criticize one Vaishnava, but now I realize I was wrong. What shall I do?" Mahaprabhu smiled. "You're so simple. You're not hiding. You're so simple." Mahaprabhu smiled and said, "You use your tongue in criticizing that Vaishnava. Use the same tongue in glorifying that Vaishnava. That's all. You don't have to do any other atonement. No other sacrifice. No tapasya. Nothing. Just apply your tongue in glorifying Vaishnava." the same Vaishnava. That's why if you can find, my Guru Maharaj wrote one book, Heart of Krishna. The whole book is about Vaishnava aparadha. The whole book. Why, if someone asks, why my Guru Maharaj, who's so intellectual, philosopher, he has to write this book only about Vaishnava aparadha? Yes, the whole chapters is about Vaishnava aparadha. Why? Because that's detrimental to bhakti. That's the one thing which is to, we have to be very careful with that. Very, very careful. Otherwise, there'll be no interest in chanting. Gradually, chanting will lose. There'll be no interest in Harikatha. One will not feel any taste. So, Bhajan Madhya Shesht Navvida Bhakti Krishna Prem Krishne Dhite Dhare Maha Shakti Tar Madhya Sarvashresht Nam Sankirtan Niraparade Nam Lele Pabe Prema. Chanting without offenses can give us premadhan. Only this thing has to be careful of. And priority. What is your priority? Yeah. Always remember, I see nowadays everything is so changed. I don't know why. Even after hearing so much Harikatha, even after reading books, I don't know. We were not like this. We always gave priority to our Gurudev in every action. Every action. Not as full-time devotees, even at home when we were students. Our only priority was to see Gurudev, remember him. And in those days, we didn't have any WhatsApp, no smartphones, but heart always running to be just with Gurudev, just to serve him, just to be with him. And whatever limited capacities, understanding we have, just serve him. To whom to associate, always asking Gurudev. But nowadays, I don't see that. It's lacking. I don't know the reason, because maybe some other associations. I don't know the main reason. But we don't see that love. I'm not speaking about myself, but at the time of Gurudev, all devotees, brahmachari, grastas, sannyasis, the focus in the center of life is only Gurudev. Everything. I see many grastas used to come to see Gurudev and asking him, Gurudev, shall I do this business or not? Even to this point of their family things, they used to ask Gurudev, shall I go there and hear his katha or not? Shall I associate there and shall I go this place of pilgrimage or not? Every single detail. They show so much closeness because he's our spiritual guardian. He knows very well. He is our father. But nowadays, I don't see same. Feel sad sometimes. Not the same mood. Not that dedication. School, even school boys. I was with Gurudev. I saw the school boys, the disciples of Gurudev. They passed out from school, and with the news that like their, what do you call, the certificate they get from college and school. The very first thing they used to come and show this to Gurudev and seek his blessing. And every detail. This shows concern. This shows priority. To whom you're giving your priority. And it's that simple to understand. If priority is to your relatives, then you get love with your relatives. And then you get association and the color of your relatives. But when you love your Gurudev, then you share with him the priority to him. Then we develop love with Gurudev. Developing love with Gurudev means simultaneously in equal proportion, loving developed towards Krishna. Krishna. This is all idea about how you, where you give your priority to. That's all. Okay. Gaur Premanande. Sorry, I just got little emotional today. Remembering Srila Gurudev in this Kartik month. We used to be with him, performing Brajmandal Parikrama, and how we used to serve him, always seeking his advice and guidance. His smile, his chastising, his chastisements, his joking moods, so much. Okay, Gaur Premanande, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. Therefore, again and again I say this,